Hello, how are you? You have been given this equation. You have been told to evaluate. So you apply BODMAS. So it's brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So there's no brackets, but there is off. Off is here. So you start with this portion only. First, with that, start with this. It will be 2/3 of is multiplication times 2. 1/4 can be written as 9/4. So 2 goes to 4 2 times, 3 goes to 9 3 times. So it is 3/2. So this portion can be replaced by, so 4/5 can be written as 9/5 divided by 3/2 minus 3/10. So applying BODMAS again, this is a division. So the second the operation which follows off is division. So here's the division, and we can write this equation as 9/5 times 2/3 minus 3/10. So 3 can goes to 9 3 times, so it will be 6/5 minus 3/10. So when you work out, that is 10, that is 2 times 6 is 12. 10 goes to 10 one time, times 3 is 3. So 12 minus 3 is 9/10. So this is the numerator, is 9/10. So denominator, going to the denominator. So denominator is 5/6. Let's use a very different color so that we don't get confused. 5/6 plus 22/39 times 11. 2/11 can be written as 20. That is 11 times 1 is 11 plus 2, 12, 13 can be written as 13/11. So we can cancel 11 can goes into 22 2 times, 13 goes to 39 3 times. So it is 5/6 plus, you are left with 2/3. So equals 6. 6 goes to 6 one times. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 3 goes to 6 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4, which is equals to 9/6. When you simplify this by 3 by 3 2, 3/2. So this is the denominator. Denominator is left with 3/2. So writing our numerator is 9/10 over denominator is 3/2. This can also be written as 9/10 times 2/3. Okay, so when you work out this one, 3 goes to 3 times, 2 goes to 10 5 times. So you are left with 3/5. This is your answer. Question 2. Two bells ring at an intervals of 35 and 42 minutes respectively. The bells rings together at 8:48 a.m. Determine the time when the bells will ring together again. 3 marks. So we are told two bells ring at an interval of 35 and 42 minutes together. So if it rang
at that 5 minutes. So the next ring, it will ring at 70 minutes. If it rang after 70 minutes, the next time it will ring, it will be 70 plus 35, which is 105. If that bell rang at the 105 minutes, the next ring, it will ring after 105 plus 35, that is 140. So you just add 35, 35, 35 to know when that bell will be ringing again. 140 plus 35 is 175. 175 plus 35 is 210. 210 plus 35, that is 245. 245 plus 35, that is 280. So we leave it there. So what you are basically looking here, we want to know this bell rang at what minute, because it rings at an interval of 35 minutes. The first ring was the 35 minute, the second ring was the 70th minute, the third ring was the 105th minute, the fourth ring was 140th minute, the other ring was 175 minute, so on and so on and so on, until we go on like that. Let's go to the second bell. We apply the same procedure we did to the first. So it rang after 42 minutes. The next ring, it will be after 84 minutes, because 42 plus 42 is 84. After the 84th minute, that bell will ring again after 84 plus 42, which is 126th minute. This bell will ring again after 126th minute, not 128. It is 126th minute. 126th minute. So after ringing in the 126th minute, it will ring again after 126 plus 142, which is 168 minute. 168 plus 42, it will ring again after 210 minutes. After 210 minutes, it will ring again after 252 minutes. After 252 minutes, it will ring again after 294th minute. After 294th minute, it will ring again after 336 minutes. I think we'll reach there. So these are the minutes that these two bells are ringing. So for you to know when they will ring together, you just look at these two the minutes which is common between the 35 and 42. So any minute that is common, is it like 105? If 105 minute common between 35 and 42, no. 140, no. 175, no. 210, yes. 210 is common between the 35 interval bell and the 42 interval bell. So this bell will ring together after 210 minutes. Okay, change this into hours. It will be 210 divided by 60, so that is 6, 21, 3, 18, 3. So it will ring together after 3 hours 3 and 6, which is equals to 3 hours 30 minutes. So it rang at 8:48 a.m. So it will ring together after 3 hours 30 minutes. So we add, that is 8, this is 7, we're not going to write 7, we'll write there 1, we carry 1, so this is 12. That bell will ring again after 12:18 p.m. So there's another alternative which you can work out this question. Another alternative, you just get the LCM of these numbers, 35. 35, it is 5 times 7. The least common multiple, it is 5 and 7. 42. 42 is 2 times 3 times 7. So 2 times 3 is 6 times 7 is 42. So this bell will ring again after. Just take the numbers which are in here, the numbers which are here and here, and you cannot repeat those two numbers. Okay, so 2 is there, 2, yeah, times 3 is there, yes. 4 is not there, we don't write 4. 4 is not there. 5 is there, yeah. 6 is not there, so we don't write 6. 7 is there, yes, 7 is there. We only write once, you cannot write it twice. So if we multiply 2 times 3 times 5 times 7, 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30, times 7 is for 210. So this is the answer, 210 minutes. You can also change it into hours, like what you have done there. This is the second way which you can approach this question. Question 3. Complete the figure below to show a rotational symmetry of order 3 about O. So a question like this, when you're given, you're being told to show a rotational symmetry of order 3. So this flag is going to rotate at a rotational symmetry of order 3. So what you do, you take 360 divide by 3, because you are being told of order 3. You will get 120 degrees. So this flag will be at 120 degrees, 120 degrees, and here also, here 120 degrees. Here also is 120 degrees. So this shows a rotational symmetry of order 3 about O. Okay, here's the answer. You have been given question 4. Solve and hence list the integral values that satisfies the inequalities. So this is the inequality. You'll divide the inequality into two parts. The first part will be up to here, from 5 over 3 minus 2x less than 1 minus 2x over 3. Then the second part, we'll consider it up to here. That will be 1 minus 2x over 3 less than or equal to 2x minus 2. So let's start from here up to here. So it is 5 over 3 minus 2x less than 1 minus 2x over 3. So let's bring like terms together. It is 5 over 3 minus 1 less than 2 minus 2x over 3 plus 2x. 5 over 3 minus 1 is 2 over 3 less than 2 over 3 plus 2x. 2 over 3x plus 2x is 4x over 3. So times 3 over 4 times 3 over 4, both sides, to remove this 4 over 3, so that x can be remain itself. So 4 will cancel with 4, 3 will cancel with 3, 3 here on this other side, 3 will cancel, 2 will cancel because it will go to 4 2 times, so it will be a half less than x. We'll call this equation 1. Okay, so equation 2 will, remember we considered up to here. Let me wrap this. So
the other part, we'll consider it up to here. 1 minus 2x over 3 less than or equal to 2 minus x. So it is 1 minus 2 over 3 x less than or equal to 2 minus x. So like terms together, it is minus 2 over 3 x plus x less than or equal to 2 minus 1. 2 over 3x minus x plus x, no, 2 over 3 minus 2 over 3x plus x, that is a third. X is less than or equal to 1. Let's see if you are correct. It is negative 2 over 3 plus 1 over 1. So it's 3 goes to 3 one time. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 plus 3. 1 goes to 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. So negative 2 plus 3 is 1 over 3. So we are correct. A third x less than or equal to 2. So we multiply by 3 on both sides so that we are left with x is less than or equal to 3. So this is our equation 2. So let's combine equation 1 and equation 2 together. So if you combine equation 1 and equation 2 together, it will be a half is less than x less than or equal to 3. Remember, we have been told to list the integral values that satisfies the inequality. So we draw the xy axis 1 2 3 negative 1 negative 1 1 this 1 this 2 this 3. Okay, this is y x. Let's choose another color. So a half is greater than x, is less, x is greater than a half. X is greater than a half. So let's say a half is here. So we are being told x is greater than a half. So it's towards the positive side. But x is less than or equal to 3. X 3 is here. So I've been told x is less than or equal to 3. So we shade it because we have been told is less than or equal to 3. And here we are not shading the half. We are not shading because we are told x is greater than 3 only. We are not being told is equal. So the values between a half and 3 satisfy this inequality. Okay, it says the size of two interior angles of an irregular polygon each measures 90 degrees. All the other remaining interior angles measures 150 degrees. So you have been asked to determine the number of sides of the polygon. So I've drawn the polygon here. Two sides measures 90 degrees, two sides, and then you have been told all the other remaining interior angles measures 150 degrees. These are the remaining interior angles. They measure 150 degrees each. So you have been told determine the number of sides of the polygon. So we don't know the sides of the polygon, but we do know two sides measures 90 degrees and all the other sides measures 150 degrees. So what you know, sum of interior angles, angles of a polygon is given by 2n minus 4 over
times 90. So where n is equals to number of sides of the polygon, so the total sum of these angles is given by 2n minus 4 times 90, where n is the number of sides. So we want to add these angles so that we can solve this equation. So we know two angles measure 90 degrees plus the 150 times times n, let's say number of sides n, but since we have already stated these two sides, we are going to remove from this number of sides, so it is n minus 2 is equals to is the same as the sum of the interior angles of the polygon, which is this, so we equate to 2n minus 4 times 90. So this equation will help you to find the sum of the interior angles. Remember, on the left side here, when you add this, all this will give you the sum of the interior angles, and this is the formula of getting the sum of the interior angles. Take for example a triangle. We know that a triangle has 3 sides, so if you want to prove that the formula works, we know that the sum of a triangle, the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. So let's prove it. So this is the sum of the interior angles, it is 2n minus 4 times 90. So, and we know a triangle has 3 sides, let's equate n to 3, and we see if it will bring 180, because we know the sum of the interior angles is 180. So 2 times number of sides, which is 3, minus 4 times 90. Opening the brackets, this is 6 minus 4 times 90. So 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 times 90 is 180. 180 was given here. So this is the formula of getting the sum of the interior angles, and that is what you have formed an equation here to find the sum of the interior angles. Since we know two angles are 90 degrees plus 150, all the other angles which are 150 degrees each times number of sides, and since we have already used these two number of sides, you remove from n, that two sides you remove from n, so that it will be equal to sum of the interior angles. So you open the brackets, this is 180 plus 150 n minus 300 is equals to 180 n minus 360. So taking 150 n to the other side, then 360 n to this side, so it will be 180 minus 300 plus 360 is equals to 180 n minus 150 n. So minus 300 plus 360, that is 60. 60 plus 180, it is 240, is equals to 180 n minus 150 n is equals to 30 n. So n is equals to 30 divided by 240, which is equals to 8. So the number of sides here is 8 meters per second. When he was 310 meters to the finish line, Mutunga was 50 meters behind him. Mutunga finished the race 10 meters ahead of Kcse. Determine Mutunga average speed. So what you are told here is, let me draw that line. let's just say this is the finish line. Finish line. So let's say from here all the way to the finish line where Kcse was is 310 meters. When Kcse was 310 meters to the finish line, Mutunga was 50 meters behind him. So, but we're told Mutunga finished 10 meters ahead of Kcse. Maybe Kcse is here, and from here to here, if we finish 10 meters ahead of Kcse, from here to here is 300 meters. So you are told to determine Mutunga average speed. So we're going to do this. Time taken from Kcse to move from here up to here is the time taken for Mutunga to move from from here all the way to the finish line. 360 meters. Time taken for Kcse to move from 310 to the finish, 210 meters to the finish line up to here is the time taken for Mutunga to move from here 50 meters behind Kcse all the way to 310 to the finish line. Okay, so that will be our basis for this question. We all know that speed is V is equals to distance over time taken, and time taken is equals to distance over speed. Distance for Kcse is equals to 310 meters minus 10 because Mutunga finished 10 meters behind Kcse, so it is 310 minus 10 meters, which is equals to 300 meters, and distance for Mutunga is equals to 310 meters plus 50 meters. 310 meters plus 50 meters, which is equals to 360 meters. Okay, and you are told speed for Kcse, V for Kcse is equals to 5 meters per second. We are told to find the average speed for Mutunga. So if we have stated time taken is equals to distance over speed. So distance for Kcse over speed for Kcse is the same distance for Mutunga over speed for Mutunga. So speed of Mutunga, which we are being asked, is equals to cross multiplication of these two is equals to speed of Kcse times distance of Mutunga over distance for Kcse, which is equals to speed for Kcse is 5 meters per second times distance for Mutunga is 360 meters over distance for Kcse. Distance for Kcse is 300. So when you work out this is 0 cancel each other. 5 goes to 30 6 times, 6 goes to 36 6 times. So is equals to 6 meters per second. So average speed for Mutunga is equals to 6 meters per second. This is the answer. We have this equation. We have told to simplify 4 plus 2y squared minus 2y minus 4 squared. So you start with 4 plus 2y. Because it's squared, we are going to write it twice. So when you open the bracket, it will be 16. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2y is 8y plus 8y. 2y plus 4 plus 8y. Then 2y times 2y is 4y squared. So we are going to minus. So because let's not get confused there, let's take it as individual, then we'll combine. 2y minus 4, 2y minus 4. 2y times 2y is 4y squared. 2y times minus 4 is minus 8y. Minus 4 times 2y is minus 8y. Minus 4 times minus 4 is plus 16. So it will be 4y squared minus 16y plus 16. This equation, I think we didn't finish it. It is supposed to be 16 plus 16y plus 4y squared. So let's arrange it. 16 plus 16y plus 4y squared minus, we have worked out this one, 2y minus 4 squared. It gave us 4y squared minus 16y plus 6. 4y squared minus 16y plus 6. I think this equation was to really test the student when opening the brackets, because it's 16. Let's see if you are correct. It is, yeah, it's 16. 4y, yeah, it's 16 plus 16y plus 4y squared. Opening the bracket, it is minus 4y squared. A negative times a negative is a positive, 16y. A negative times a positive is a negative, minus 6. I think it's 16, 16 there, 16, yeah. So 16y plus 16y, that is 32y, plus 4y, this cancels each other. So, and 16 minus 16 cancels each other. The answer here is 32y. This is the answer. Question 8. A table is sold at Kenya shillings 4,500 and a chair at Kenya shillings 2,000. A salesman earns a commission of 8% for every table sold and 5% for every chair sold. On a certain week, he sold 3 chairs than tables, and his total earnings were Kenyan shillings 3,980. Determine the number of chairs he sold that week. Okay, so he sold 3 more chairs. Here is 3 more chairs. 3 more chairs than tables, yeah. Okay, so you are told here a salesman earns a commission of 8% for every table. So table, it's 4,500 and the salesman earns 8%. 8% of 4,500 is 360. Chair, it's 2,000 and the salesman earns 5%. So 5% of 2,000 is 100. So on a certain week he sold 3 chairs than tables, and he sold 3 more chairs than tables, and his total earnings were Kenyan shillings 3,980. Determine the number of chairs he sold. So we'll form an equation, and we'll say let x be the tables he sold. So tables is equals to x. Chairs, because he sold 3 more chairs than tables, it will be chairs will be 3 plus x, because he sold 3 more chairs than tables. Okay, on a certain week, so that let's work out how much he made on that week. He sold x plus no, what you are going to do is here, get the commission he earned. Commission for the tables is 360, multiply by x to get the total amount of money he earned by the tables, plus 100 commission of the chairs, times x plus 3. This is the amount of the total number of chairs he sold, and his commission is 100, is equals to his total earning, which is 3,980. This is an equation, because the commission that he gets on the chair, it is 360 times the number of tables that he sells, plus the commission that he gets on the chairs, that is 100, times total number of chairs, and we are told the number of chairs is 3 more chairs than tables. So it is, if x is the number of tables, it is x plus 3 is equals to his total earning that week, which is 3,980. So if you work out this, you'll get 360 x plus 100 x plus 300 is equals to 3,980. So 360x plus 100x is equals to 460x is equals to 3,980 minus 300. 460x is equals to 3,680, because when you take out 300, you will be left with 3,680. So divide by 460, divide by 460. So x is equals to 8. So number of tables, tables is equals to 8. Chairs, remember chairs was x plus 3, and x is 8, so it is 8 plus 3, which is equals to 11. Okay, so the question was determine the number of chairs he sold that week. So the number of chairs is 11. Question 9. A translation T maps A into -62, it's here, onto A naught, which is 35. So we are asked determine the translation vector T. So we know that image or object plus translating vector T is equals to the image. In short, we are saying A plus T is equals to the new image. So if A is -6 2 plus T, which we don't know, we have been told to get xy, it is T xy is equals to the new point, which is 35. So we are being asked to find T. So T is equals to A. Let me write there. A is equals to A not 35. So T xy is equals to A naught 35 minus A, which is negative 6 2, which is equals to 3 minus 6 is 9, 5 minus 2 is 3. So our translation vector T is 9 3. Okay, so and they have been asked a point P naught is negative 4 2 is the image of P under T. Determine the coordinates of P. So as before, P plus T is equals to P naught. We have been given P naught, the translation vector we know, which is this one, and we have been asked to find this point P. So it is P, so that this we don't know, plus T we know, 9 3 is equals to P naught. P naught is negative 4. P naught is negative 4 2. Negative 4 2. So to find P, xy is equals to P naught negative 4 2 minus T, which is 9 3, which is minus 4 minus 9 is minus 13. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Thus P is negative 13 negative 1. Question 10. The cost of 1 liter of petrol is Kenya shillings 110. John Vehicles covers 12 kilometers on 1 liter of petrol. He used Kenya shillings 2,805 on petrol to travel from town A to town B. Jen's vehicle consumes 12.5 liters of petrol for every 100 kilometers traveled. Calculate the amount of money that Jen will use to travel from town A to town B on the same road. So we have been told John vehicle covers 12 kilometers per 1 liter, and he used 2,805 shillings from town A to town B. That information can help us to know the distance from town A to town B. First, we know the number of liters that he used from town A to town B. We take the amount of money that John used, divide by 110. This is 1 liter. The 1 liter of petrol is 110. So when you divide, you get 25.5 liters. To get the kilometers, you'll multiply by 12, because it used John Vehicles uses 1 liter per 12 kilometers. So what about 25.5 liters? It will be 25.5 times 12, so it will be 306 kilometers. Town A to town B. A to town B is 306 kilometers. Okay, let's go to Jane. We are told Jane the vehicle consumes 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Jane's vehicle consumes 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers. And how much amount of liters will Jane's vehicle consume if the vehicle covers 306 kilometers? So you cross multiply 12.5 times 306 kilometers divided by 100. This will give you the amount of liters that Jane vehicles will cover in 306 kilometers. Remember, the vehicle covers consumes 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers. How many liters will it consume when it covers 306? So you cross multiply 12.5 times 306 divided by 100. You will get 38.25 liters of fuel. This is the amount of liters that Jane vehicles will consume from town A to town B. So to get the amount of money, we just multiply by the amount of money per liter. That is 38.25 times 110. It will give you 4,207.5 Kenya shillings. No, it is shillings, not Kenyan shillings. It is 4,207 shillings. This is the amount of money that Jane vehicles will consume from town A to town B. You have been given this equation. Solve for x. Sin 2x minus 15 is equals to cos 3x. This question, you can remember complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. What you mean? Sine of 30 is the same as cos of 60. Sine of 30 is 0.5. Cos of 60 is 0.5. Sine of 20 is the same as cos of 70. Cos of 70 is 0.342. Sine of 20 is 0.342. Sine of 15 is the same as cos of 15. Cos of 75. Cos of 75. And cos of 75 is 0.2588. 0.2588. Sine of 15 is 0.2588. So there's one thing, these angles add up to 90 degrees. 30 plus 60 is 90. 20 plus 70 is 90 degrees. 15 plus 75 is 90 degrees. So we can take these two angles, add them and equate to 90 degrees. Sine, no sine. Let me put another color. It is 2x minus 15 plus 3x is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so 2x plus 3x is 5x minus 15 is equals to 90. When you take 15 to the other side, is equals to 90 plus 15 is 105. So x is equals to 5 divided by 105, which is equals to 21. So we can prove if you got the correct answer. So sine 2x minus 15, sine 2x is 21 minus 15. So it is sine 21 times 2 is 42. 42 minus 15 is equals to, I forgot to write there, cos 3 21, which is equals to cos 63. So 42 minus 15 is 27. So cos 27 is no cos, sine 27. Sine 27 is equals to cos 63, and it's correct because 27 plus 63 is equals to 90. So our answer is correct. Question 13. Ali left Mombasa for Nairobi on Tuesday at 2:30 a.m. He arrived in Mtito Andei after 3 hours 12 minutes. He stayed in Mtito Andei for 36 hours and left for Nairobi. He took 5 hours 25 minutes to arrive in Nairobi. Determine the day and time in the 12-hour system Ali arrived in Nairobi. This question is 3 marks. We are told Ali left Mombasa on a Tuesday at 2:30 a.m. This is 2:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. So he took 3 hours 12 minutes to reach Mtito. So if you add, no, it's 3 hours, not 2 hours. It's 3 hours 12 minutes. 3 hours 12 minutes, that is 5:42 a.m. This is when he reached Mtito. Tuesday, Mtito. So he stayed in Mtito for 36 hours. He stayed there for 36 hours, 36 hours in Mtito. 36 hours, that is 1 day, 24 hours, plus half a day, that is 12 hours. So if it was on a Tuesday, then you add 1 day, it will still be 5:42 a.m. but on a Wednesday, still in Mtito. So you add another 12 hours because it was a total of 36 hours. 12 hours, it will be 1742 hours. So still on a Wednesday, and you are told determine the day and time in the 12-hour system Ali arrived in Nairobi. So it's a 12-hour system. You remove 12, it will be 5:42 p.m. On Wednesday in Mtito. So he took 5 hours 25 minutes to arrive in Nairobi. 5 hours 25 minutes to arrive in Nairobi. So if you add this 5 hours 25 minutes, that is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. We are not going to write 6, we write a 0, but carry 1. That's carry 1 here. So it will be 11 or 7 p.m. on Wednesday. So this is the time and day he reached Nairobi. You have been given question 14. The height of a cone is 12 centimeter. A frustrum whose volume is 1/8 of the volume of the cone is cut off. Determine the height of the frustrum. So you have been told the height of the cone is 12 centimeters, and a frustrum whose volume is 1/8 of the volume of the cone is cut off. Determine the height of the frustum. So the length scale factor is given by length, height, not the length, height of the cut off cone, height of cut of cone over height of cone. So is equals to 12 minus h. Height of the cut of cone is 12 minus h over height of the cone, which is 12. This is the length scale factor. Let's go to the volume. We know very well the length scale factor cubed is equals to volume scale factor, and we've been told here that the volume of frustum is equals to an eighth volume of cone. So volume scale factor of the frustum is 7/8:1. Okay, so, and we know very well that linear length scale factor cubed is equals to volume scale factor. So length scale factor cubed is equals to volume scale factor, which is equals to 7/8. So let's make the length scale factor the subject of the formula. So it is length scale factor is equals to cube root over 7/8 cube root, which is equals to cube root of 7/2. This is the length scale factor, and you know the length scale factor, we also derived the length scale factor of the cone. It is 12 minus h/12. Length scale factor which is equals to cube root of 7/2, which is the same as 12 minus h/12. So working out this one, you'll get 12 cube root of 7 multiplied by the cube root of the 7 is equals to 12 minus h. So it's 12 cube root of 7, which is equals to 24 minus 2h. So 2h is equals to 24 minus 12 cube root of 7. So h is equals to 24 minus 12 cube root of 7 divided by 2, and when you work out this one, you'll get 0.522 centimeters. So this is the height of the frustum. Okay, we are given this problem: 8 to the power of 3x plus 1 minus 2 to the power of 3x minus 1 is equals to 120, and you are told to solve for x. 8 to the power of x plus 1, 8 can also be written as 2 to the power of 3. So we can write there 2 to the power of 3 x plus 1 minus 2 to the power of 3x minus 1 is equals to 120. So we can open the brackets there. You have 2 to the power of 3x plus 3 minus 2 to the power of 3x minus 1 is equals to 120. So 2 to the power of 3x plus 1 can also be written as 2 to the power of 3x times 2 to the power of 3. It's the same thing, minus 2 to the power of 3x over 2 to the power of 1. Because here is a negative, we divide a positive, you multiply, is equals to 120. So it is 2 to the power of 3x is equals to 8 here. 8. We are left with 2 to the power of 3x minus a half. This is the half. 2 to the power of negative. This one 2 to the power of 3x is equals to 120. So you can factor out 3x because it's common on both sides. You can say 2 to the power of 3x. We are left with 8 minus a half is equals to 120. So 2 to the power of 3x times 15 over 2 is equals to 120. So we can remove this 15 over 2 by dividing both sides by 2 over 15 times 2 over 15 times 2 over 15. So we are left with 2 to the power of 3x is equals to 120 divided by 15, that is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So, and also 16 we can write is at 2 to the power of 4. So 2 to the power of 3x is equals to 2 to the power of 4. Since the bases are common, we can write there 3x is equals to 4. So we can solve for x. X is equals to 4 over 3. This is the answer. This is question 16. A curve is given by y is equals to 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 12 plus 12. Find the gradient of the curve. So gradient of the curve is change in y over change in x. Change in y over change in x. So that just differentiate this equation. 2x cubed, that is 6x squared, minus 3x squared, that is 6x, minus 12. So since there is no variable here in 12, so we leave it like that. It's a constant. So the gradient of the curve is 6x squared minus 6x minus 12. This is the gradient of the curve. Part B. Determine the equation of the normal to the curve at a point 1, negative 1. It's at a point 1, negative 1. In the form y is equals to mx plus c, where m and x are constant. So let's say maybe for example this is the curve y is equals to 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 12x plus 12, and there's a line normal to the curve, so this line is what you are being asked, what to find the equation of this line normal to the curve. So let's say this is m1, this is m2. We know that m1 times m2 is equals to negative 1. The gradients of these curves that are normal to each other, the product of the gradients is negative 1, and the gradient of this line at a point where the curve is at normal to 1, negative 1. So the gradient at a point x is 6 you equate to 1 wherever there is x at point 1, negative 1. So squared minus 6, 1 minus 12. So gradient is negative 12. So m1 is negative 12. So negative 12, m2 is equals to negative 1. m2 is equals to 1 over 12. okay, since negative cancels each other. So we know change in y, so the gradient of a curve is change in y, y2 minus y1 over change in x, x2 minus x1 is equals to gradient of the line, and the gradient is a half, 1 over 12, not a half. So when you work out this, you get and you know at a point 1, negative 1, so it is y2 minus 1 over x2 minus 1 is equals to a half. So it is y2 plus 1 over, so let's remove the 2 since we have 1 y, there's no need of putting y2, let's just be y, and x minus 1 is equals to a half, y plus 1 is equals to 1 over 12 x minus 1, which is equals to 1 over 12 x minus 1 over 12, so y plus 1. So when you take 1 to the other side, it becomes y is equals to 1 over 12 x minus 1 over 12 minus 1. So it will be 1 over 12 x minus 1 and 1 over 12 y. This is the equation of the curve normal to the line, to the curve. Okay.